Hi, my name's Jennifer Nickerson and I'm the Managing Director of Tipperary Boutique Distillery. We're a farm distillery that came about because two families came together. My husband's family have been farming the land here at Ballindunny in South Tipperary for over 200 years. They grow amazing grain here for our distillations, and we're located in Ireland's Golden Vale, so called because the land is so good that we get golden harvests every single year. My father has been working in the Scotch whisky industry for over 40 years. He's managed some of Scotland's best distilleries, from Highland Park in the Orkney Islands to Glenrothes, Glenglassaugh, Glenfiddy, Balvenie, Canenvie, all the way down to Girvan in the south of Scotland. And he brings all his amazing skill here to our spirit. What we do here is we provide your customers with a truly grain-to-glass experience. We grow our own barley. It's malted at a craft maltster in Ireland. We mash, ferment, distill, mature, and then bottle our whisky on site. So we can tell you exactly what's happened to your spirit all the way through. And we give that information to our customers. This is our bottling room, and specifically the filling station. This is where we bottle everything that leads to Tipperary Boutique. First item we'll talk about is our farmhouse gin. I distilled this gin on Distill, as you saw earlier, and the recipe was created by my mother in her own kitchen on a little glass still. We then spec'd that up to suit our copper still and created this very citrus-forward gin. It's full of citrus oils. When it comes into contact with tonic, or when it gets very cold, if you pour it over ice, it has a pearlescent cloudiness because of the large amount of citrus oils. It's a really good gin for spring, summer, especially served with a bit of orange rind. Lovely, fresh, summery drink. Our second whiskey, our first whiskey, our second spirit, is our Tipperary Watershed whiskey. This is an independently bottled whiskey. We source this non-age statement single malt. It is matured exclusively in ex-bourbon barrels, but a mix of first fill and refill. And it's a lovely, also quite light summery drink. It's full of vanilla, almost buttery flavours, and it's got a nice medium long finish, which is just glorious. And finally, we have this. This is our homegrown barley whiskey. This is a non-age statement, but the QR code on the back takes you to a wealth of information. This was distilled at another Irish distillery from grain that we grew just up the back of our farm, our railway fields. We tell our customers everything that happened to this product, and we're really, really proud of it. We can tell you what the weather was like when we grew it. We can tell you the date it's harvested, when the barrels came back to our farm to start their maturation. Absolutely everything about this whiskey. It's matured in first fill Rioja barrels, and it's a lovely, fruity, cherry-filled flavour bomb of a whiskey. I hope you really enjoy it.
My name is Jennifer Nickerson, and I'm the Managing Director of Tipperary Boutique Distillery Limited. We're a start-up whisky company with big ambitions. We started trading in 2016, and we have three expressions now: the Rising, Watershed and Knockmeal Downs. We're already exporting, and you can find us in China, Australia, the US, and in your local off-licence. We took our own barley from the farm this year and distilled it at another distillery, But we have planning permission for stills on our farm, which has been in my husband's family for over 6 generations. Our final aim is to have a full field-to-bottle operation here at Ballindunny. We'd like to thank Tipperary Chamber of Commerce for our nomination in the Best Startup. We are so excited to be nominated, and it's such a recognition of our success so far and our ambition for the future. So thank you.
It's going to be released in January, and it's from our railway field. It's another one of our whiskies that has been distilled from our own barley at another Irish distillery. I don't have one to show you because they're going to be bottled in January, but since you're listening, I'd like to take a quick minute to plug the Irish Whisky auction of our pink label of our first single cask and barley whisky, which will occur on the 22nd of December, and which will go raise funds for Breast Cancer Ireland. So if you're here, if you'd like to give us a quick share and help me raise more money for that, that'd be fantastic. And if you'd like to win yourself some whisky, pop your ideas in the comments of what we should name our still. Thanks very much.
My name is Jennifer Nickerson, and I'm the Managing Director of Tipperary Boutique Distillery. Today I want to wish you all a happy St Patrick's Day, and I'm delighted you've chosen our Irish whisky to celebrate with. I've sent a separate video of our distillery, so as I take you through this tasting of one of my favourite independently bottled single malts, I've collated images from Ireland and of St Patrick's Day being celebrated in different countries. I hope this puts you in the right mood to keep celebrating well after the tasting is finished, and to visit us when travel reopens. So without any further ado, let's talk about our whisky. This is part of our Tipperary Boutique selection range. Older, independent bottlings that we sourced while waiting for our own homegrown barley whiskies to mature. This particular whisky was double distilled single malt spirit, filled into a refill rum cask on the 29th of January 2002. We bottled this in summer 2019, especially for Kensington Wine Market. It's an extremely exclusive bottling with fewer than 110 bottles. So, now as you pour the whisky into your glass, take a look at the colour. As you can see, the colour is relatively light, but that's belying its complexity and its depth of flavour. First of all, give it a small swirl around the glass, and you'll see rich legs clinging to the sides. Hold the glass up to your nose, and you'll experience butter, some toasted sugar, the sweet notes of wood being steamed and charred as the barrel is made. As we take the whisky into our mouth, the palate is rich. Pepper notes ripple along the sides of the tongue, and then a blast of sweet fruits, and a surprisingly creamy sherbet fizzle. The finish just lingers on the tongue. A fantastic mix of that sweet fruit and that lemon sherbet fizz. It's a sensationally sweet, buttery, rich whisky. So that's my experience with the first mouthful. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed this quick tasting with me, and you've been inspired to visit Ireland and our distillery when travel restrictions are lifted. If you enjoyed this sample of our independent bottling, please seek out our homegrown barley whiskies to see if you like the direction we're going there. I want to wish you all a happy Paddy's Day, have a fantastic evening, and Sláinte.